All right, coaches, can you be an air raid guy and have a power running game? Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, before we jumped in the video, I wanted to remind you of a couple things we got going on the YouTube channel and on the website. First of all, if you go over to 92 Community, just forget we got about 8 days left in our giveaway for the signed copies of Damon West, the Change Agent and Coffee Bean. They just came in. Really excited about that. That was really gracious of Damon to send those books out. So if you're really interested in that, just go over. No purchase necessary. I mean, see, all you got to do is go visit us on Instagram and some things like that. So that's pretty cool. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is our new deal that we have with Just Play Solutions. You'll see Just Play here in a few minutes in the video. But if you go to our website, you can click on the link and go to justplaysolutions.com/92mesh, and they will give you a free pro package upgrade in their playbook and video software. We don't get anything out of that. It's just something that we worked out for everybody who's down with the Meshgroup to get that free play, the playbook software with the video upgrades and things like that. So if you use that link, 92 Meshgroup, they'll give you a free pro package upgrade. Really excited about that. So check that out. Also, stay tuned. If you didn't see the video yesterday, got some big news on the pipeline about Team Extreme for you guys. Hopefully we're able to work it out. You know, they offered me some affiliate stuff, and I told them I didn't want that. I wanted to give it back to you as the coaches, so hopefully we get it approved, and you guys can get a great deal that we have coming soon. So stay tuned. Now let's jump into the video. All right, guys, welcome back to the 92 Meshgroup channel. This is Coach Coltharp, and today I thought we would talk about some power running game in the air raid offense. And you guys have heard me talk many a times about how I really don't think that in the air raid you can be a power running team running inside zone. I think, you know, because we're in the two-point stance so much, it's really hard to be a really physical team in inside zone. So what I thought I would talk to you today about is gap scheme running game and kind of how I learned the gap scheme over the years and just how you can implement it fairly easily into your offense if you understand, how it really works. And so let's go over here to our Just Play Solutions playbook, and you'll understand. You look at it right here. This is just kind of a regular box. We got Y over here, and H is offset in the halo. And H, of course, can be here. He can be here. He can be here. You know, he can be out here in the slide. It really doesn't matter how you want to do that. But there are three basic rules when you're running gap. You have to have a down. You have to have a kick. And you have to have a lead. And so that's the keys when you're looking at power running game, is that if you have a down, kick, and lead, and your team understands that that's gap in the concept, you can run it 37 different ways from Sunday and still find yourself in a good situation. So for instance, like right here, we got a 3-4 tight defense, and we're gonna run it to the right. So we have a down we got B gap down, A gap down, backside A, secure A gap right there. Those are our three downs. Now we have to have a kick and we have to have a lead. Now, let's say for instance, we want to kick with the H back. Okay, or with the guard. Now we can double team here because now we can take the tackle and block B gap. Okay, and so then what we do is we take the guard and he'll be the kick. And so he's gonna kick C. It escaped right there. And then H will now be the lead or the roll. Okay, so that's one way to run gap right there. So you have the guard doing the kick, the H doing the roll. Now, what if I want to change that up and do something different? Maybe I want H to be the secure on the B gap. So he can come here, and then now my tackle can be the roll. Okay, Same pretty much blocking scheme. You're just changing who does whose jobs. That's two different runs. So right there you had GT, then you had G kick, H roll, and you can change out who has the ball. You know, a lot of times what we like to do is we'll take F, put him over here. You know, we can bring him across to secure 8, and then Q can carry the ball and do certain things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways. You just have to understand. You have to have a kick, you have to have a down, you have to have a roll. And once that happens, you can pretty much run the ball any way you want to run it. You know, and it's the same way if you wanted to run the quarterback, if you wanted to run the H-back, you know, anything. You know, H can be the kick on this deal. You know, you can take him, motion him over here. You know, move him across to the same side, stack him up. He can be the kick right here, and you can run tackle wrap or dart. You can run G-gap power right there. So when you're running your power running game, you just got to make sure, no matter what it is, have simple rules. Play gap, play side tackle. Your rule is B-gap down, whatever's in B-gap. So if that's a 5 technique, and let me take it off of the little draw thing right there. But if that's a 5 technique, or if he's outside shoulder, his rule doesn't change. He's still B-gap down. Okay, so he's going to be the B-gap down guy right here. Your front side guy is A-gap down. And then your center, he knows he's got to secure backside A all the way back to B-gap. So like in this situation right here, you would just go down, down, back. And so it's really not that complicated as long as you understand that you got to have down blocks, you got to have a kick, and you got to have a lead. So let's go over here and look at some film real quick. And I pulled up 3 examples of some guys running similar plays. And you can see what we're talking about. Like right here, here's Alabama. Let's get it to the big screen right there. But that's Alabama, and they're just running power. Okay, there's nothing major. Let's get to the backside copy on this deal here. But you can see Alabama is in what we would call hero. There's their Y right there. He's off the ball. That would be H for us. He's gonna be the kick. They're going to go down, 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 back, roll, hand it to the tailback. Let's see what happens. So it's, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. All right. And instead of having a solid kick out block, what they do is he's going to try to scoop inside with that head up guy. It's not the best thing in the world, but it is what it is. All right. And you can get cute with that if you want. I've seen people take the tackle right here and block out and fold underneath and try to roll underneath. You can do all kind of stuff. But once again, what you got to understand, what you're looking for in the air raid, guys, is not necessarily the run in place in particular. It's the simplicity of the run in play. And Oklahoma has done such a good job of that, is taking all of these different runs, and basically all they're doing is going down, kick, lead, or down, kick, roll. So you can see right here, speaking of Oklahoma, let's watch Oklahoma, probably one of the best GT teams in the country. And here they are at a 3x1 running GT. And you can see they got that tight front right there. And they're just going to go down, kick, roll, down, kick, roll, down, kick, roll. And you can see, we'll look at it again from the tight copy right here. But, you know, it's pretty much that deal. My bad. It's a lot easier when you look at it in Team Extreme than when you look at it in Just Play. Just Play is good for clips. But you got to see, you got a great picture right here. You see him. He's going to go down. He's going to go down. He's going to work back. He's going to kick. He's going to roll. So it's pretty cool right there. And you can see how physical they are. Bang, bang. And then, you know, if we get a decent block right here, if we get any kind of seal, your boy is off to the races in that deal. And, you know, it's still a 6-7 yard gain on that. So you can be physical and be a gap running team in the air raid. And then let's look at this last one. This is Clemson. And Clemson is actually going to come in, and they're going to run the quarterback out of this situation. And you can see the same deal. The quarterback just keeps the ball. And when we get to the end zone copy, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's the same blocking scheme. You're just changing up who does it. Okay? You're going to have down, 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 kick, lead, and he's going to scoop it out, and then he'll keep the ball. So you're going to have a kick and a roll. Bang. There's the kick. There's the guy, the tailback ends up being the roll guy. The quarterback even ends up being the running back. So you can be really creative in this power running game, guys, if you understand, the idea of that. You don't want to make it uber complicated. You want it to be about having that front side down. You got to have some kind of kick out block, whether it's the guard, whether it's the fullback, whether it's the H-back digging them out like Alabama did. And then you got to have somebody roll that hole. And once you do that, you can get really cute with it. But what I find is happening is everybody's wanting to RPO this and do that and all that other stuff. And look, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But just remember, the concept of the air raid is to keep it simple, keep your playbook down. And if you understand that you can gap run and you don't have to really call all those runs I showed you tonight, those are not all 5-6 different runs. That's just gap. Okay, that's just gap. As long you can change up with one tag letter, you can go, counter H, and H knows now that I'm taking tackle's job and tackle stays. But it's still the same front side blocking scheme. You're just changing up who's kicking and who's rolling, and it looks like a bunch of different stuff, but it's really not. And that's what Lincoln Riley has done a really good job of. Clemson does a really good job of that. They're running some air raid spread 20 personnel principles, but what they're doing is they're moving people around and they're trading who's kicking in and who's going down and things like that. Hey, listen, guys, if you like more videos like this and you're enjoying the content, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. The channel's growing. We got some great stuff coming up over here in the next few weeks. Also, still got about 25-50% off coupons on the basic edition. Really excited about that. Working really hard on 2020. And I'll be honest, I'm not in a big hurry to get it finished. It'll get done when it gets done, but it'll be well worth it. I've gotten some new software that I wanted to implement it, because when I do it, I want to do it right. But you still got 3.5 hours of air raid stuff, and then the new stuff in 2020 is going to be pretty cool. We're going to talk about the evolution of a RPO. We're going to do a script in the field thing. I actually walk you through an air raid practice and show you how people move from place to place to place to place. Really excited about that. So, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel. I appreciate you guys checking us out on the podcast. The podcasts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Got some big stuff next week. I'm supposed to go on Pro Style Offense next week, so I'm really excited to do that with Jason Honstedt and the guys. And hopefully I'll be able to get on coach and coordinator pretty soon with Keith Grabowski. I met him at AFCA. Really excited about that. But hey, if you got some video ideas, hit me up. And as always, spin it to win.